Gangstas. So, it is that all signs reading time. Oop, I'm knocking things over already. Your boys had a little bit of wine. I've got to warn you. It was the new moon in Virgo. You got to celebrate a little. So I did. And here we are. But yeah, so new moon in Virgo. Mercury is going direct tomorrow. This torture is over for now. So yeah, there's been a lot of that cosmological shifting happening. I always talk about the cosmological shifting. But let's get down to the nitty gritty. Let's see what this new moon is bringing to you, right? New moons, new cycles, new moon who dis, So let's see who you are. Let's see kind of what your energy is like, what you can expect moving forward, what the trajectory of your life is based on like where you're at, and the decisions you're making in the moment, right? I feel like that's really important because like the future is ever changing, right? And that's the hardest part of this gig, honestly. It's ever changing. And it's kind of beautiful in the same, so while it's changing, while it's shifting, based on, who you are and the direction you're aimed at, right? I want to know what this trajectory is bringing you. Because we can also, I feel like tarot readings kind of give you, kind of, like, sometimes they can warn you and help you veer out of the direction of certain outcomes and circumstances. Sometimes you try to veer away from the outcome and circumstances and you veer right into it, but try not to, it's the ineffable way, right? So let's see. Who are you? What message do you need today? What's going to resonate with your soul, dog? Oh my gosh, there's feelings. We have surrender to the sweetness. Venus energy, right? Venus just went direct the other day. And this is all about pleasure, joy, making love to life, finding love in life, loving life, and also that Venus energy. Let's talk about Venus for a second, right? Aphrodite, the goddess in the sky of love and beauty. Let's talk about this. Oftentimes when I'm seeing Venus cards, this becomes very romantic. Okay, I'm gonna be real. Or there's like a romantic shift that occurs. It's like there's awakening in the heart chakra that's happening, I almost said happens, but it came out happening, so it's happening. I'm feeling like that Archangel Raphael kind of overseeing a healing connection. That's what I'm seeing. Alright, dog. Breath of the cosmos. My will to thy will. Micromanaging the universe. You're trying to get the universe to give you what you want and how you want it. That's not how it works. I tried that. But I can advise you, right? Activated earth, power places, ley lines, trust where you're being led. I feel like when the universe says no to certain outcomes or certain things, it's because it's trying to direct you to a more optimal outcome, something they actually really will thrive in. Sometimes the worst thing that the universe has ever done was give me exactly what I wanted. Okay? So sometimes you just gotta trust the process. You gotta trust it, right? Surrender to the sweetness. Maybe if you're like, you could have a stubborn mindset where maybe you're just like, you know what, dog, I don't even want a connection, da 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 da, and then bam, some shit happens, you know. And then the universe is like, but we had this better idea. I'm hearing it, right? There's a better idea in play. Let's hear about this plan that the universe has for your life. That source, God, Gaia, Aphrodite, right? Venus showed up first, right? So let's see. What do they have planned for your life, right? Because, like, your plans oftentimes do not line up exactly with what their plans are, right? They're like, you know, it's sometimes they're like, you know, the divine beings can be like overbearing parents in some ways. And I'm gonna be real, I know I'm gonna get whooped for saying it later, but it's true though, you know, you'll be like, but why can't I have exactly what I want? They're like, we have a better plan. You're meant to do this. This is what the contract says. You signed right here. And so, like, oftentimes, you know, and it's like, yeah, we did agree in the Akashic Records. But when that happened, we weren't thinking about all this shit. Like, we're thinking about, like, the potentials and shit. Then living out the reality is quite different than, like, your idea of the reality, right? And fuck, man. Let's be real. It ain't always, like, it ain't always what we want. Sometimes it's so much better. I'm gonna be real. Like, anytime that I have surrendered, and I hate admitting it because I don't like being wrong, you know. But anytime I have surrendered to, like, life as it is and life as it should be, and just kind of grown into acceptance and gratitude, even, then that's when all the best shit happens. And then I have to sit there and I have to look all the universe in the face and be like, yeah, you're right. I don't like it, but you're right. You know, at the bottom of the deck, I'm seeing 10 of Cups, dog. That just peeked at me. Right? Water energy. Water's all about emotions. And love and shit. Obviously, I'm very articulate when I talk about love and shit. So, yeah, let's see. What's in store for you? I feel a stubbornness coming from you where you're like, I see my life going this one way, and this is the way I wanted it. I was manifesting accordingly. And now shit's kind of veering off, and there's side quests and shit. That happens, dog. It certainly happens. So, I know you guys are like, get on with it. I know. Right? Venus, the Empress, just showed up. This is the Venus card. Venus has showed up all over your reading, dog. She is powerful. Maybe you may have an affinity for Venus, honestly. Like, you know how, like, we all kind of have, like, a deity that we lean toward, you know? Something that really resonates with our souls, you know? For me, it's Thoth the Atlantean. Freaking love that guy. But, like, in terms of a goddess, I feel like Venus is really popping through in this, like, I don't know, man. You may need to pay some respects, that's what I'm saying. Oh! Thanks, man. Alright, we got this. Interesting energy. Already popping off, dog. This is gonna be a good one. Okay. Got King of Swords in reverse with the Prince of Cups. You yourself might be the one extending an offer, right? With the King of Swords in reverse, or, it could be flipped. Take it as it resonates. Roles can be reversed. I'm just reading it as I'm seeing it. How about that? And tell me, where you're at on your path, because I am interested to know, like, from your perspective, right? So, what I'm seeing, though, King of Swords in reverse. King of Swords in the upright is very, like, cold and callous, right? Like, cutting off every motherfucker along the way, very business oriented, very, like, structured, and, like, they know what they want and how they're gonna achieve it, and they're not super into emotions, right? They're not super into vulnerability. Like, that's not the King of Swords. And with that being in reverse, this is showing me that you're kind of like going from this energy of being like kind of cold and cut off and like, cutting people off even, to like going into this Prince of Cups energy, which is kind of like, it makes you feel more youthful, I would say. Like, you're tapping into your inner child a bit with this energy, because Prince of Cups is very youthful, and it's like very excited about emotions, very like almost like naive to pain, I should say, because it's like they're not even thinking about the consequences of emotions. They're just like, I got all this love to give, dog. My cup is overflowing, and I got to give this, and that's kind of what I'm seeing, like this overflowing cup of emotions is, and it's like I'm feeling this energy of just like wanting to extend an offer, right? Wanting to extend the love. And if this is not your reading, I have other timeless readings, okay? This feels very like personal, actually. And I like my readings to feel very personal. I like my readings to be for specific people, because that's how I feel about it. I don't want my readings to be like for everybody every time, So like I feel like it's more personal for me too, when I get to like have kind of like tapping into very like specific energies, That's why I love doing personal readings. I struggled to have the time for them, but I love doing them, right? That's how this all started, actually. Didn't even do this before. This channel was a vlog channel, right? Here we are, 1,000 videos later. Got a lot of air energy. Could be Aquarius, Gemini, Libra coming through. Could be dealing with that. We got Ten of Swords. Alright. You've been hurt, right? You felt defeated in the past, or you felt like certain pursuits were like dead, or like, it wasn't worth continuing the pursuit. Okay. Fuck bitches, get money. That's what I'm seeing, right? We got Five of Pentacles in reverse. It's like you reached a point where you wouldn't tolerate a feeling of lack in regards to like your financial stability or like your personal stability. You're like, no, I don't want to have this lack mindset. And I do see that at one point you did have to give up a lot, and you did have to, and I see you catching gains now, right? Kind of going into the opposite energy. And it kind of reminds me of this quote that I saw once, where it was talking about how You know, like how we are during our survival stage is not quite the same as how we are in our thriving stage, right? Um, Sometimes we have to, be more that King of Swords, be more like callous and have like brutal boundaries and be very like stern about certain things. But I'm seeing like a softening happen, right? A softening. Then we have Five of Wands. Conflict, competition. This could be internal conflict or feeling like, you may not be the only potential suitor or whatever in regards to what this is. It's like you may feel like, all right, there's competition on the table. How do I stand out? Or like, um, how do I make myself known when like, potentially, who you may be pursuing, you may look at as being very attractive or having a lot of options. That's ultimately what I'm trying to say. And it's not so much like you're desperate for their attention, because you're obviously not. Like, you're like totally fine with, you know, it not happening. However, I do see you kind of like in this energy of like, what if they did take notice, and what if this did go in this way. I'm gonna pause this real fast. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. So yeah, I definitely see like that the challenge here is kind of seeing like you do deserve it, right? Or that you are worthy of it. Like when you are falling into alignment with your manifestations, the best way to fall into alignment with it is to already take on the energy that you already have it, right? If you're already in the energy of you already have it, then you don't suffer with like a lack of confidence in regards to pursuing it, right? You're like, it's already mine, it's fine. That $1 million over there, that's all me. I got this. Like however you manifest. But the one of the biggest tricks of energy is in order to reach it. What you're trying to manifest is you got to energetically fall into alignment with it. You have to be energetically compatible with it. And I don't feel like you have to do much to get there. Because otherwise you wouldn't be so willing to put the sword down and be vulnerable, right? On some level, it is kind of like mutual. It has to be on some level for what I'm seeing here. Tell me more. Girl, I don't even know how to tell you this. So I'm just gonna tell it to you in the way that I know how. Ace of Cups showed up. This is the beginning of a new love cycle, right? And this shows up right at a time where you really start loving yourself, loving your own company. It's crazy how that happens. When you connect with a twin flame or soulmate, they respond to your energy and how you are with yourself, right? I know that sounds kind of like a cryptic or whatever, but basically, okay, so, and I'm saying this because of the next card I'm about to show you. when twin flames have their separation, the biggest cause of the separation is the fact that they lack confidence, right? They lack self-love. They struggle in that department, and your relationship with yourself is physically represented in the relationship with the twin flame, because they are another incarnation of your soul, right? Because your soul is not limited to space and time, so it can be incarnated more than once in a single lifetime. And that's where the theory of twin flames comes from. Well, you have the Lovers card popping up. Gemini energy. Could be dealing with a Gemini. There's a lot of air energy here. But something interesting about this, with the Lovers card showing up, is that it's major arcana love, right? It's quite a bit different from like Two of Cups, which is minor arcana, right? Major arcana is like life altering. This changes the trajectory of your life. This is not just some like fling, this is very prominent when you get the major arcana. And Gemini is represented by the twins, right? And the Lovers, I feel that it's twin flame energy almost every time I see it. Sometimes I don't. In this case, I do, especially the Ace of Cups, Prince of Cups, the King of Swords in reverse. It takes a lot to get a King of Swords in reverse. It takes a lot. Because you ain't just gonna tame no King of Swords, right? That ain't how it works. With the Ten of Pentacles in reverse, I see that this comes after having let go of certain things, right? Could be in regards to your community, friend groups, job. There's something that shifts and changes here, and it's like you had to let go of something very prominent for this to like unfold, right? The Five of Swords in reverse, whatever it is that you let go of, it really took away like problematic energies, right? People who were bringing in drama and nonsense and, deceit. It's like making this decision, right? With the Two of Pentacles in reverse, right? Making a decision after having weighed out your options. When you made this decision, or when you make this decision, depending on where you're at in your story, it's like everything else just kind of starts falling into place, and you're just kind of sitting there like, what the fuck is happening? Didn't see this coming. Four of Swords in reverse. This is going to come during a time while you're focused on your work, you're focused on your ambition, you're focused on your goals. You could be paying off debts, right? You could just be like focused on like getting your shit in order, getting your ducks in a row. And because that's an act of self-love, right? Ace of Cups also talks about that, filling your own cup. And so because of how prominent and making this decision to cut out toxic energies and, toxic places and whatever, it's like, then the universe is like, guess what? Blessings on blessings on blessings, because you made this really hard decision, right? I've really brought you into alignment with what it is that you really desire. Nine of Cups, wish fulfillment, right? This is a genie card. Make a wish right now. It's the Andromeda card, actually. Interesting. I one time had mentioned, I was like, in my next life, I'm going to live in Andromeda. And you know what I found out? Andromeda is literally fusing with the Milky Way galaxy right now. So, like, I don't even have to go nowhere to get reincarnated into Andromeda. right? And this is kind of what I'm saying. Like, I'm gonna be. I don't even have to go far, right? You can manifest the craziest shit. I have already manifested my future life. You know, like, and all it has to do with is like falling in alignment with it, right? Wish it and make it so. Like, the more you focus on your work, the more you focus on taking care of your business and what needs to be taken care of, right? Just settling your debts. And I mean, more than just financial debts, like your karmic debts, right? Princess of Pentacles in reverse. Letting go of people who really have nothing to offer energetically or like in connection wise, communication wise, you know. Too many times people get sucked into these relationships, situationships where it's like there's just nothing, right? But the one thing that it offers is like peace of mind that there's a body there, you know, but like other than that, there's nothing. And so I'm feeling that, you know, you're really like, okay, I'm done with this. I'm done beating a dead horse. I'm done investing in energies that are just self-serving and have no real substance, right? Like, you're seeking something that really like awakens your higher self, or something that really stimulates you with the Hierophant, right? Taurus energy. It's like you're seeking something that stimulates like your brain, something that feels like that communication that you desire, that, and you know, it can be more than just words. It can be an energy, right? Our energy communicates with other people when we're, you know, in their presence. The way that we feel each other's electromagnetism coming out of the heart chakra, you know, it's like you're craving that deeper spiritual thing, you know, with somebody. And I see kind of this energy of like not willing to settle for less, you know, not willing to settle for superficial bullshit anymore. You're like, I've outgrown it, right? The Hierophant is all about learning and growing and establishing yourself. This is also being a leader in your own right. Yeah, Six of Swords. Six of Swords is like walking away from things, right? And it goes back to what we were talking about. Like, you had to cut out toxic energies, whether this was relationships, friendships, workplace, family ships, you know, whatever it was that was like, you know, really eating at your sense of peace is, you know, like, it's no longer a problem, right? It's no longer something that you're feeding. What's your advice at this time? I don't even know how to tell you this. I'm gonna just say it. I'm gonna just say it. Your advice right now, I don't even know if you're gonna believe it. Your advice is look at your options. Seven of Cups. Really weigh them out. And I'm telling you, most of these cards are cups that I just came out. Could be dealing with a water sign, or you could simply be like making big decisions in regards to your emotions, right? That's really what's coming through. That Venus energy is like, it's coming through hard. We have 10 of Cups, right? Your advice is like, look at your options and find your 10 of Cups, right? Your 10 of Cups is the ultimate abundance, right? With the 9 of Cups, you know, and 10 of Cups, this is not only like getting wish fulfillment in regards to like one aspect of life. This is wish fulfillment across the board. You want to start a business, you want to buy a house, you want a cooler car, you want a dope ass relationship, you know, like what is it that you want? And like, set your mind on that. And that song by George Harrison just came to my mind, that I got my mind set on you. I got my mind set on you. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. He was the best Beatle. Okay? I don't give a fuck. Y'all can fight me. Okay? John Lennon, I hope you heard. Paul McCartney, Ringo Starr. Yeah. I said it. George Harrison. My boy. Right? That dude. He was the most Hindu of them all, too. My sweet love. Oh, now I really want to see you. Oh, now I'm gonna go on a Harrison binge after this. That's like literally the best Beatle. I don't give no fucks. Nobody said. I have listened to all of them, and I know. Okay, I know it. Y'all ain't changing my mind. So after this, along with your advice, in regards to your options, your choices, I'm seeing Queen of Cups and Queen of Pentacles. This is somebody who brings abundance, not only in emotional fulfillment. This is somebody who's very mature, somebody who's very wise, somebody who's very creative, right? Very artistic. But this is also somebody who's very business-minded, right? Queen of Pentacles. Queen pin, right? This is somebody who could run their own damn show, right? They got all the shit, all of this in order. It's like when you look at this individual, when you're looking at your options, right? And you see them, you're like, holy shit, this is like whole ass package, like just chilling right there, like just doing the thing, you know? And it's like, in regards to your advice, it's like, find what is your Ten of Pentacles, or your Ten of Cups, and have it, right? You have 10, 10, 10 on the board. That's endings and new beginnings in the mind, body, and spirit, right? It's very dope energy. Dope, 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 dope. I like it. Alright. Tell me more. They seem a little caught up in their own shit too, though. Like, she's over here focused on her pentacle, you know, and she's over here talking to a fucking scorpion, you know, and it's like, I'm just seeing this energy of just being like, kind of in their own zone, you know, like, not even realizing, like, the, like, thought process that you're reaching, right? I feel like this is something that's gonna take them by surprise, more so than you, right? Because you're showing up Prince of Cups, right? Like, you're showing up like, I got an offer to make. I have like a cup to extend here, and it feels tricky, right? It feels tricky because you're like, oh, they got options. Well, so do you, dog. So do you. Shut up, right? That don't mean shit. If you're the right option, they'll choose you. What are they gonna choose? Ho ho ho! Four of Cups in reverse. Acceptance. They're gonna accept the offer, right? Four of Cups in the upright is all about rejection and saying no, hell no. With it being in reverse, though, this is about acceptance, accepting an offer, being open to something, like allowing themselves to be vulnerable. This is interesting because in 1 second, it looks like they ain't even paying attention. They're just off doing their own shit, focused on their own world. And you show up with an offer and they're like, oh yeah, that'd be sick, actually. Let's do that. You know, and it's just, it almost feels like organic, like the way that it just kind of transpires here. Yeah, Nine of Wands in reverse, they don't even like second guess it. Right? They don't build any anxiety about it. They're not coming from a place of feeling like wounded from their past or having things to overcome. It's like they healed their shit. They've worked on their shit. They've done their shit. They're coming from a position of like very healed and very mature because of the healing that they've done. Like very established in themselves. With the Two of Swords in reverse, I'm also seeing like an openness, right? Two of Swords in the upright is like two swords crossed over the heart, blindfold on, like they don't even want to see what's trying to get near their heart, right? They're like, I'll cut its head off before I even see it. With it being in reverse, though, this is like really laying down the swords and being like, you know what? There's an openness, right? There's like a, you know what? Maybe we should give it a go. I don't know. I feel like it's very unexpected for you because, you know, I feel like you're kind of expecting like I don't know what the fuck you're expecting. Because I feel like, you know, like there's a potential. Otherwise, you wouldn't have, you know, you wouldn't extend yourself in such a way. I also know that there's like also like a nervousness where it's like, but would it happen? You know, like, is it really a possibility or is it just like, you know? But what I'm seeing here is like they're open to it, they're accepting it, they're willing to be vulnerable with you. They're not all up in their head overthinking it. They just are like, oh shit, yeah, sounds dope actually. Aries, the Emperor. I see you, and you know, you don't even have to be an Aries. That's just the energy of the card, right? All these cards have different energies based on different constellations and shit, right? With the Emperor, though, this is very fiery energy, very passionate, very driven, motivated. Like, this is somebody who gets shit done, somebody who knows how to take care of their shit. With the Hierophant and the Emperor coming out, I almost feel like you could be in a higher position, or you're attracting somebody in a higher position if the roles are flipped. But this is like, you know, the Emperor is somebody who's like very well established, you know, somebody who has rapport, somebody who is an excellent leader, somebody who like isn't afraid to pursue what they want, you know, somebody who really steps into their light, into their fire, you know. I love this reading. It's so optimistic and I dropped my vape. Come back. Hold on. Okay. Yes. But like I was saying, like I really like this. It's, you know, it's very heartwarming to see. In a world where everyone's been so disenchanted by love and the opportunities, it's like it's nice to see this like openness, this vulnerability. That vulnerability is strength, dog. It's a lot of strength. I see you just like, you know what? All these things that I desire, I deserve, right? And that's kind of, it's just where you're at right now. Karma of Kali. Your most abundant successes manifest when you are aligned with your integrity. You do not need to put your faith in pathways or projects that do not resonate with your deeper spiritual knowing. Everything that is happening in your life is part of how your prayers are being answered. A new order is to be established, and you are being led into it. Bhuvaneswari. She is the rising sun, marking the ending of darkness and the replenishment of life force after illness or devastation. She creates a clean slate and a fresh start. She protects and preserves that which is worthy of the heart. She shines in a perpetual state of divine beauty and radiance, attracting to us the most supportive and honoring circumstances. It's just a beautiful ass reading, man. So yeah, this is pretty much what I have for you. I hope this was helpful. Namaste. I love you guys. Feel free to comment. I love your feedback. I love talking with you guys. I love hearing your thoughts on everything and seeing where you're at in your journey. Please. I appreciate all that. So yeah, I'm here for it. I will read every single comment. Somebody once asked me, they're like, do you read every comment? I'm like, well, one, I don't get enough comments, and two, like, absolutely. I love talking. I wouldn't be a tarot reader if I didn't love this communication, right? This is an energy exchange between us, and I honor it by communicating with y'all. So, yeah, here for it. Talk to me, please. So, namaste. I will see you guys later.